Welcome to my huge hoard of base products. This is episode 1 of my in-depth inventory series. So normally with my inventories, I just kind of have the camera up facing me. I briefly talk about the things that are in my makeup collection. I add everything up. I compare the numbers. Normally I do compare them to a few months ago. So today I have comparisons to April of this year, so 4 months ago. And let me tell you, my makeup collection has changed so much in the past 4 months. Some people might not think that that is enough time, but for me, I definitely think that's enough time because I love getting some new things, reviewing some new things, and I've also been sent quite a lot of things in PR as well. I like to buy things. I just like to try a bunch of stuff. So this is going to be a collection. I'm going to go in depth with every single makeup product that I have in front of me today. But just before I do jump into the video, if you have not already, like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. I upload every single day and I love bright, fun, colorful makeup. I love trying new makeup, testing it all out, and I love collection videos as well. So if you love collection videos too, definitely stick around. As I said, this is the first in the series. I've got cheeks, eyes, and lips coming up soon. And I'm also thinking of, let me know down below if you want to see this, a big old master cut of all 4 of these videos in one. I think that would be such a fun video. It's going to be so long if I do decide to do that. So let me know your thoughts on that down below. So I'm going to put all these to the side. I'm going to start, I'm going to compare, I'm going to talk about everything, what I like, what I don't like. So sit back. This might be a long video, so make yourself comfy, grab a coffee, and let's do this. So I have spoken about primer before. I actually don't like primer. I don't use it. I don't have any primers in my makeup collection at all. I'm really sorry. This towel is dirty already. I was doing some repressing videos and it's got a little bit smudged, so just ignore that. But I have very, very dry skin, so as long as I moisturize very well before I do my makeup, I don't need primer. I don't have any in my collection. I don't want to buy any. I'm very, very good without primer. So that is something that I'm very, very happy about. I don't have in my drawers. So in April, I had 0 primers. And as you can tell now, I also have 0 primers. So I'm happy about that. I feel like primer is just like an extra step in a makeup routine. And I just don't want to hassle with it. So 0 primers. So now let's talk about foundations. Here we go. Here are all of my foundations. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 foundations. And back in April, I had 7. So this e.l.f. one is new. And also, I didn't count this RCMA makeup palette just because this, let's start with this. This is a palette, obviously, of foundations. I bought this for my kit, my makeup kit, when I was planning on becoming a freelance makeup artist. However, then the big C, the big panini hit. So this was just kind of in my kit and I didn't count it as part of my makeup collection. However, now I've bit the bullet. I've just said, look, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I'm not going to be wanting to do freelancing anymore. So I brought this into my main makeup collection again. So now I am counting it as a foundation product. I'm still learning how to get to know this a little bit. I did have this in a project pan recently, and as you can see, I've definitely used some of the lighter shades as concealer. I have also dipped into some of these darker shades as cream bronzer. However, if you guys do not know me, well, guess what? I don't like cream products, so I don't really know the fate of this product in my collection. A part of me does want to keep it in case I do any makeup on other people, maybe not freelance, but just like friends and family maybe. So that is definitely a big reason why I'm keeping this. However, I don't know. I should say as well, I am going to be doing a big declutter series in December, so definitely stick around for that. This is not going to be a declutter. This is just an inventory and collection video, so stay tuned if you want a big declutter. I'll be doing that in Vlogmas. But yeah, this is fine. I wish I could have used it for what I intended to use it for, but it's just one of them. If you know a really good way of using this, let me know down below, because I'm still a little bit stuck on this one. So I'm going to push these up and I'm going to talk about this. This is my Revolution Matte Base Foundation. I love this foundation so much. This is one of my favorites. I did speak about this pretty recently. This is a foundation that I saw in Superdrug and I was like, this cannot be any good. Like, it can't be. It was like £2 in Superdrug, and the whole reason that I bought it originally is because I knew, well, I thought I knew that this was going to be hot garbage, and I was like, it's going to be so funny to see this foundation fail, and I'm only spending £2 on it, so it's not that big a deal. This is gorgeous. If you have acne prone skin and you want a really cheap, full coverage, beautiful foundation, this is the one for you. It is just gorgeous. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I was so adamant that this was going to be awful, and it's just beautiful. So this is definitely one that I would recommend all the way. I definitely am not going to be getting rid of this. This is a repurchase as well. I've repurchased this about 2 or 3 times now. I adore this. This stands the test of time 100%. I feel like I need to put them like to the side, maybe? I don't know. How am I gonna do this? Let's talk about the e.l.f. Soft Glam Foundation. Now, I did do a first impressions video with this. Everyone and their mother loves this thing so much. I hate it with a passion. I really, really hate this thing. I have very dry skin, for context, and I saw a lot of the reviews of this going viral, being like, this is the most amazing foundation in the world. Oh my gosh, I love it. Everyone loves it. It looked awful on me. It literally started separating on my skin. It was dry. It was patchy. It was just awful. I've tried it twice now. So the first impressions was just with my normal skincare routine. And then my second impressions, I made sure to moisturize my face like really, really well. I double moisturized. I just went ham. It looked a lot better when I did that, but it still was not great. It really, really wasn't. A few of you guys have been saying to use this with a sponge and not a brush. So maybe I'll double moisturize and use a sponge, but honestly, that just seems like a hell of a lot of work for this foundation. If you have dry skin, steer clear of this. I know that all the influencers hyping this up makes it like really desirable and everyone wants it, but dry skin, friends, do not do it. It is not worth it. So I think I'm going to give this one more chance with a sponge and double moisturizing. But honestly, I can see that being decluttered in my December declutter series. Let's talk about this. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. And you can see there is a mark on here because I am project panning this. This I don't like just because, like, I think from day one, we didn't get on. So I bought this on Black Friday last year and I went into Boots in store and I got scammed. So the Boots in store was a lot more expensive than Boots online. Trust me, for Black Friday, shop online. Do not go in store because you'll get better deals. So I ended up paying like £40 for this anyway, and I just don't really like it. It is very, very thin. If you guys don't have any skin issues and literally just want like a very low to medium coverage foundation to balance out your skin tone, maybe this is the one for you. But for people with acne and for people who like a more full coverage foundation, this is not for you. Also, what is this? ABH, what is this? This is unacceptable for a £40 foundation. I've had to tape it all up because it leaks so bad. I have to keep this on my desk standing up outside of my main makeup collection, which is just an absolute faff. I think this probably isn't going to be a declutter, but it is definitely going to be something that I try and project pan just to get it out of my collection because I don't particularly love it at all, but I also can't declutter it because it is just so expensive. Okay, let's take from this side. This is my Uoma Flawless IRL Skin Foundation. I bought this for graduation, which was actually this time last year. It was June? Was it June? No, it was July 14th last year, I'm pretty sure. This is slightly too dark for me. However, I love the formula of this. It's really, really pretty. So I do like to mix this in with either a lighter foundation or a lighter concealer, and that is how I really, really enjoy it. It does smell a little bit of paint, I will say, for some strange reason. I'm just getting like a paint smell from it. But it's something I really, really do like. I like these more full coverage foundations. I like my acne to be cleared. I want to fool everyone into thinking I don't have any acne, and this is definitely a good one for that. Yeah, I need to play around with it a little bit more because the last time I reached for it was quite a while ago. So I don't know, it's something definitely to have a look into. Okay, 4 more to go. My Urban Decay Hydromaniac. You can see we're pretty far down on this guy. This I would not repurchase just because it's very light coverage. It's more of that skin tint. I only bought this because I was really self-conscious of my smile lines a few years ago, or like this time last year kind of. And I thought that if I got a lower coverage foundation that it wouldn't sink into my smile lines as badly. Then I ended up getting filler. Then I ended up just like letting it dissolve naturally or as much as it could do. And I just don't reach for this. I've learned I'm a full coverage girl. I still love my full coverage. I do mix this in with this. These are my Project Pan like dream team. But this is way too light and not very full coverage. And this is way too dark and very full coverage. So I feel like they go together really, really well. Yeah, I'm going to finish this. You can see I've not got that long left. I'm going to finish it and then it's just going to go. I think I'm not going to repurchase it. It's fine if you like a skin tint and not much coverage. It's great. It's very, very glowy, very hydrating. Love that about it. But coverage-wise, not for me. Then this was sent to me in PR, the Makillo foundation. I've actually used up one of these already, the lighter shade, and then this is the shade 2. I love this formula so much. Like, honestly, I really, really do love it. Super full coverage, lasts all day. It doesn't sink into fine lines. So I really, really enjoy this one. I am project panning this as well. It's just a little bit of a faff because it is so dark for me right now. And then finally, 2 more foundations to talk about. Let's talk about the Conceal and Hydrate first. I really do like this foundation. It is very, very hydrating, which is great. I said before, I do have very dry skin, and it's also very full coverage as well. I really like Revolution foundations for the most part. I think they do really good base products. It's just like eye products that I'm really not a fan of Revolution for. But yeah, this is like a pretty good staple foundation. Both of these from Revolution are really, really good. So I'm interested to see what else they have, to be honest, in the foundation line, because I've just had hit after hit with Revolution foundations. I'm in the shade F2, and that is the same for the matte base as well. Yeah, I really, really like it. So I'm excited to keep using that. And then my Be Perfect Chroma Cover Foundation. If you saw my first impressions with this, you would know I had an absolute nightmare with this pump. I pump this so much and nothing comes out. I have to pump this about 20 million times to get a full face of product out. But other than that, I really do enjoy this foundation. Again, really full coverage, which is what I love. Full coverage, it's wearable, it's breathable, but it's also quite thick, and I love that. I'm a full coverage girl. So yeah, they're all my foundations. We've got a few possibilities of declutters very soon, but I'm happy with this number. I don't think 9 is too bad. Obviously, it is cutting it a little bit fine, but I'm happy. I've only technically gone up 1, which was the e.l.f. This was, again, in my kit. So, yeah, I've only technically gone up 1 foundation. I'm going to hopefully have this one done by the end of the year as well. So, we'll see. Oh, no, I've gone up 2 because the Be Perfect. I must have emptied 1. So yeah, 9, not the best, but I'm not mad at it either. So let's move on to concealers. Okay, these are my concealers, all the concealers that I have in my makeup collection right now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 concealers, and in April I had 4, so I have gone up a few, but that's okay. I think 6 is still a pretty good number, -1 technically because this one is a color corrector, so you know, take it or leave it. I don't know how you guys want to count that. I'm just going to count it as a concealer because that's kind of what it is. but let's talk through these ones. So I'll start with the color corrector. This is my Sleek Green color corrector. I don't use this that much at all, really. This is possibly going to be a declutter at the end of the year. I do have very bad acne, like I've said before, but I just don't seem to reach for this. This was in an everyday makeup drawer recently. I just did not use it at all. It wasn't something that I was reaching for. It's something that I forgot about. I think it is because I never really learned to use color correctors, so I've just like never really been interested in them. Maybe I need to learn to use it in order to appreciate it a little bit more. But because I love full coverage foundations, I find that I just don't need this because my foundation covers my redness anyway. I don't know, it's something that I'm not particularly keen on trying or keen on using. It's just been kind of sat in my makeup collection for a really long time, so it's definitely something that in the next few months I'm gonna have to either learn to use or really think about decluttering. Next I have my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this is a recent purchase. I've got like gunk all over it. I think it's eyelash glue. I've just made it so much worse. Oh no. This is really nice. I think I was the last person on earth to actually try this, but I really, really like it. It's really hydrating, which is what I need. My under eyes can get a little bit dry and crepey sometimes. It's a perfect color. This color is Fair Warm. I do have a quite a warm undertone, so Fair Warm was pretty good for me. I do feel like there's a lot of product gone from this, and I've only used it a few times, so that's interesting. But yeah, I definitely like this one. Next, let's talk about the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. So I do have the matching foundation for this. This is in the shade C1, and I really like this one as well. It's thick, but it's not too thick. It's not like crepey and drying. Hydration is like a massive thing that I look for in a concealer, and this is a really, really good one. So I'm really happy about that. Next is my Collection Lasting Perfection, and I have repurchased this so many times. This was like my first concealer in the UK. If you are from the UK, you will know this concealer very, very well. I decided to buy the shade 2 Porcelain because if you remember before, I did say a few of my foundations are a bit dark, so I like a lighter concealer to mix in with it. This is normally the one that I mix with those dark foundations because it is very, very light, and I got a really light one for that reason. But I really like it. It's hydrating again. It's 16-hour wear. It's so full coverage, and it's so inexpensive as well. It is just like an absolute British staple concealer. Next, this went viral, and this is the NYX Pro Fix Stick Concealer. I have the shade Too Fair. This is a little bit more drying because it is in a stick format. I probably don't have that much left. No. This I've been reaching for so much. You can see I've got a big chunk used up there. I saw this on Trendmood and I was like, oh my god, I need to buy it. And then it was a US exclusive for weeks. And it finally came to the UK. I finally got my hands on it, so I'm really happy about that. I really, really love this under my eyes and as a spot concealer. I just really like this. It's so full coverage. Love. And then this, I actually bought this yesterday. This was in TK Maxx. This is the Nabla Close Up Stay Full Smooth Concealer. I haven't used this properly on my face. When I got this home, I did just dab it on my jawline just to make sure it was the right color. This is the shade Porcelain, but this was £3.99 in TK Maxx. And I was like, oh, come on, I got to. Whenever I go to TK Maxx, I always find that the shades are so dark. They only have super, super dark shades. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my god, yes, I gotta buy it. It seems like a really, really good shade for me as well. So I'm really excited to give this one a go. I've been wanting to try more Nabla for ages. They did have some Nabla foundations in TK Maxx, but they weren't my shade, unfortunately. But I'm really excited to give this one a go. This is brand new, and I'm excited for it. I am really excited. So 6 concealers. I really don't think that is a major red flag kind of number at all. I think 6 is pretty healthy. We've obviously gone up from 4, but in the past few months, I think I've bought all 3 of these in the past few months, and then I have emptied some concealers as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's move on to the final category of this video, which is powders. All right, these are my powders. I have my pressed and my loose powders with me today. So let's move these up and let's talk about these two. So these are my pressed powders, and you can see I have major progress in both of these. So this is my Too Faced Born This Way. I am trying to finish this up by the end of the year, and you can see, like, we're very close to finishing this up. And then this is my She Glam powder, and you can see we've got a big old pan in this. So let's talk about Too Faced first. I've had this for so long. I should not be putting this on my skin at all. But, I mean, we're so close to finishing it, and it's not breaking me out at all, so I just figured, you know what, it's fine. Just keep going, keep pushing through, and hopefully we can have this done by the time that it does expire. I really like this. It's got a lot of coverage on it as well, so I'm gonna keep pushing forward on this. And then the second pressed powder is the She Glam. Like I said, I have actually finished the loose side. You can see there's nothing in this, so that was a recent powder empty. But this is gonna be done very soon. I'm gonna have to buy some more pressed powders because both of these I want to be done pretty soon, and I don't really have a go-to pressed powder. So let me know down below, what is your go-to pressed powder, because I'm gonna need to know quite soon. I don't support She Glam anymore. The reason that I want this done is because I don't want any She Glam in my makeup collection. You can see here this loose side is completely done, so I'm halfway there. But this is fine. It's a nice powder. It works. I don't really have anything else to say. So then I have these 4 loose powders. I should say pressed powder in April I had 2. It's the same 2. I've not gone up, I've not gone down. And then loose powder, I actually went up 1. In April I had 3 and now I have 4. I actually bought this Trigwell one not recently, but a few months ago, so that has boosted my numbers up. Let's talk Coty Airspun. This is such a classic powder. Everyone back in the day, oh my goodness me, oh no. I'm gonna have to wash this towel before I start filming the next update. Why did I do that? That was such a stupid idea. But I can smell this. I actually love the smell of this. I think it is so nice. But a lot of people don't like the smell. That's just gonna have to stay there, I think. Just ignore that. I've repurchased this so many times, but I have recently realized that there are better loose powders on the market. Back when I first started doing my makeup, this was something that everyone was recommending, and I just assumed that this was like the best of the best because everyone was talking about it. So I just kept using this, kept repurchasing this, and I think I've gone through like 2 of them, which is crazy because this is huge. So yeah, I've gone through about 2 of them. I will go through this one as well. I probably won't declutter it, but once this is done, I will not be repurchasing. Then I have my By Terry Hyaluronic Powder, and this, I say this all the time, this packaging is so cheap for what this is. This retails for like £40, and honestly, it has Revolution packaging. I don't know if I like this or not. This is a love-hate relationship product. I really love how smooth it is, how it makes my under eyes look. However, it is so white, and if you put the tiniest bit too much under your eyes, it will just look white. That's fine for me because I am a pasty ghost anyway, but to say that this is colorless, I wouldn't say that. I would not say that at all. So yeah, this one, maybe it'll be a declutter. These two, however, these two are my absolute favorite loose powder. The Trigwell one is my newest one. This was a recommendation from Make Me Up Missa, and I buy anything that she sells. Honestly, I would buy it all. This is beautiful. It's really smooth. It makes me really want to buy the Trigwell puffs, like the little, you put it on your finger and it's like a little wedge kind of thing. I really want to try that because I love this powder so much. And then for Christmas this year, well, last year technically, I got the Huda Beauty powder as well. And again, I feel like I'm the last person to try this because everyone was raving about this back in the day, And I got my little grubby paws on it at last. I love this thing so much as well. This is definitely one of my favorites. I'd say these two are probably my favorite. So I don't think my powder collection is out of control, but this is what my base collection looks like. What do you think of my base collection? Have you got way more products than this? Have you got way less products than this? Do you share my thoughts on some of the products that I spoke about today? Let me know everything down below. But this is the end of the first episode of my inventory series. I really hope you're loving the more in-depth makeup collection inventory, and I'm definitely loving it. I think it's really nice to get to know all of my collection, really go in depth with everything, and I hope you guys find it satisfying as well. So this is it for today, guys. This is where I'm gonna love you and leave you. Have an incredible day, and I will see you tomorrow for my second episode of my inventory series, which will be cheeks. Okay, see you then. Bye bye.